Testimony in the Uvalde school shooting trial is on hold after a dispute during day one of the trial. Hello, everybody. I'm Heather Hayes.
And I'm Steve Eager. It's 9 o'clock. Former Uvalde Schools police officer Adrian Gonzales faces 29 felony counts, accused of ignoring his training and failing to act. 19 students and 2 teachers died in the 2022 massacre. Opening statements began this morning before testimony got underway. Fox 4's Amelia Jones has been monitoring the trial. She's in our Fox 4 newsroom. Amelia.
Heather, Steve, the prosecution called several witnesses today as it began to lay out the case against former Uvalde CISD police officer Adrian Gonzales. This afternoon's testimony was emotional at times as a former Robb Elementary School teacher walked the jury through that fateful day. This testimony also triggered a temporary pause in the trial. Opening statements were delivered Tuesday morning in the trial of Adrian Gonzales, a former Uvalde CISD police officer. Prosecutors told the jury that Gonzales was one of the first officers at the shooting scene at Robb Elementary School, and they say he failed to engage the shooter while they were still in the parking lot. 19 students and 2 teachers were killed that fateful day in 2022.
He has been trained to go to the corner of a building and distract, delay, and impede the gunman while help is arriving. But Adrian Gonzales does nothing more than mic his microphone and tell other officers what's going on.
The defense argued Gonzales, who recently completed active shooter training, did the best he could with the information he knew at the time.
Adrian Gonzales did not fail to act. The gunman turns that way instead of that way. He's right in the line of fire, and he was willing to be there in a hallway with a rifle with no real protection from a rifle. They had nothing that would protect them from a rifle. Gonzales
is charged with 29 counts of child abandonment or endangerment. After opening statements, the jury heard from several of the state's witnesses. Gonzales remained stoic as each took the stand. Some of the most compelling testimony was when a former 3rd grade teacher walked the jury through the day of the shooting.
We sat there for a little bit, and you could see we just kind of waited and tried to keep the kids calm. So we'd gone into a 2nd grade classroom, and a few of them were struggling to stay quiet.
Then the prosecution asked her to show the jury her movements on a map of the school, and she shared the location where she saw the gunman.
And before you got in that classroom, did you see somebody?
Yes, on the way to the classroom, I saw a person in all black and a long weapon.
And do you remember where he was?
Yes, he was over here, closer to he was around this area.
And are you marking there to the spot, southwest corner of the building and the parking area?
Yes, and to me, I guess in the moment, it looked like he was at this, there's an entrance, a door right there. I thought he was more on the sidewalk.
The defense raised an issue about this part of the testimony, saying it contradicted the information they received from the state.
And so, if she did report these things to the prosecution, we were entitled to that to prepare for this. And this is a trial by ambush.
The judge dismissed the jury and the witness while the prosecution took the stand and answered questions from the defense in an attempt to clear up the issue.
Okay, so as an investigator, as prosecutors, you have a significant fact that's come out, and you're saying there was no follow-up questions to her saying that she saw a man dressed in black with a rifle and long hair. Nobody followed up. Nobody said where. Where were you and where was he when you saw him?
No, it's not asked.
The judge told the jury to take Wednesday off while both sides figure out this pressing matter. The judge already planned to adjourn court tomorrow at noon because of a previously scheduled medical appointment. Court is scheduled to resume Thursday at 9 a.m. Heather, Steve.
All right. Amelia Jones in our newsroom. Thank you.
You can watch the full trial, gavel to gavel, on the Fox 4 YouTube page and the Fox local app. We also have extensive coverage on the shooting and the investigation on fox4news.com.